Good morning, year 3. I hope that everything is going well with you. Okay. Today we are going to revise this lesson that it is about the plants growth and reproduction. Okay, how the plants grow and reproduce. Okay, we are going to focus on it because we have revised most of the lessons as we were working and answering the final practice worksheet. Okay, so we are going to revise this lesson and focus on it. Okay, as we didn't revise most of the parts yet. Okay, so let's start quickly our session. As we know that this lesson is talking about the plant's growth and reproduction. First of all, what are the 4 basic parts of the plant? It is the flower, stem, leaves, and roots. So the 4 basic parts of the plants again, they are the flower, stem, leaves, and roots. Okay, then comes a part which is called the seed. Of course, all of us, we know the seed. What is the importance of the seed or all the seeds? They are going to grow into a new plant. They will grow into a new plant. Okay? So if I want to make a new plant, I will be taking the seed of the same kind of the plant I wanted to grow, and then I will plant it and put it in the soil, and then it will be growing into this new plant. Then also there is a part which is called the fruit. As we are seeing here, for example, we all know the avocado, we all know the apples, the mangoes, they are having seeds inside them, right? What is the importance of the fruit? It is the part that holds these seeds. Okay, so what is the importance of the fruit? It's the part that it is holding the seeds. And of course, we take the seeds again to make a new plant of the same kind. Okay, so we will consider, for example, the fruit as it is the protective part for the seed, right? Okay, all of us know that the seed, it is made of 3 parts. What are they? The embryo, the food store, and the seed coat. From outside to inside, it will be the seed coat, the embryo, and the food store. So what's the embryo? The embryo, it's the young plant that is inside the seed. It's ready to grow. Again, what does it mean by the embryo? It's the small, it's the young plant. Where is it? It's inside the seed. Why? What is its importance? It's ready to grow, to be forming the plant. Okay? Okay. How does this embryo get its food? From the food store. All of this part is the food store. So the embryo will be taking its food from the food store. This embryo needs protection. So what will protect the seed coat? It's the coat. It's the protective part for the embryo and the food store. Okay, so this is the seed. This is the real one. This is the seed as a whole. We cut it, and then what is happening here? What can we see? The seed coat, and this is the food store, and this is the embryo. It's ready to grow, to be forming a new plant. Okay, it's a very young part, and it's taking its food from the food store, as we see, and the seed coat protects both of them. Okay, embryo, food store, and the seed coat. Okay, what does the seed need to grow? If I want to plant a seed, if I want to put it inside the soil, or for example, as we all did it at home before, that we are putting it in the cotton, what does this seed need to grow? It needs, first of all, that we said that we are grown up. We are not going to say grow. We are going to say germinate. What does the seed need to germinate? First of all, what does it mean by germinate? Germinate means that the seed begins to grow. It will grow. So germinate, it's grow. It's the verb of the grow. So when the seed needs or begins to grow, we are going to say the seed begins to germinate. What does the seed need to germinate? It needs nutrients. First of all, nutrients, then water and the right temperature. The nutrients, it's like the food of the plant. Of course, the water and the right temperature, not very hot, not very cold, as each seed or each plant needs the right temperature for itself to be growing, right? Okay, so the nutrients, they are the food of the plant that helps the plant to grow, okay? Okay, seeds germination, the seed growth, it is how many steps? They are 6, as we said. First, the seed soaks up water. It takes the water from the soil. Second, what happens? The coat splits away. Okay. 3, what happens? The embryo roots begin to grow, where they will grow downwards, of course. Okay. Then the stem grows next upwards. Then the leaves. Then this is called a seedling. What's a seedling? It's the young plant. It's the small plant. How can it make its food? Through the photosynthesis process. Which part is making the photosynthesis process? Is the leaves. So those are the 6 steps of the seed's germination. Again, what are they? First, the seed soaks up water, then the coat splits away, then the roots grow downwards to get the water from the soil, then the stem grows upwards, then the leaves grow on the stem, of course, then this is called a seedling. The seedling, it's the young plant that it will be making the food through the photosynthesis process through the leaves part. Okay, so we have finished the 4 basic parts: the fruit, the seed's germination, what does the seed need to grow, all of this part. Then comes a new part, which is the flower. What is the importance of the flower? It's the part at which the seed is made. Again, which is the part which is holding the seed? The fruit. It is holding the seed, but the flower, it is like the factory which is making the seeds, right? Okay. Now we're going to talk about the pollination. First of all, we said that the flower, it's having a male part, it's like the boy part, and it's having a female part, it's like the girl part. The male part, it's having a powder which is called the pollen. So the pollen, it's the powder which is found where? In the male part of the flower. Can you see? This is the pollen's picture. So the pollen, again, it's the powder that is found in the male part of the flower. Then what happens? The egg. The egg is where? In the female part of the flower. So the pollen, which is in the male part of the flower, plus the egg, which is in the female part of the flower, they are mixed together, they are stuck together to be forming the seed. So did you know how the seed, they are formed? Why the flower, it is the part which is making the seeds? Why? Because the flower is having the male part, which is having the pollen, and it's having the female part, which is having the egg. So the pollen and the egg, they are stuck together, they are mixed together, and then they will be forming the seed. So the seeds, they are formed in the flower, and they are held in the fruit. Don't be mixed up, okay? Okay. So what does it mean by pollination? As we did it before in the class on our hand, it is the movement of pollens from where? Male part to female part to be forming the seeds. Okay? Okay. Also, what does it mean by pollination? Okay, it's the movement of the pollens from the male part to the female part to stick together, and then they will be forming the seed. How? How can those pollens go to the egg? How they are going to be stuck to the egg? How? First of all, either by wind or by animals. So, first, the flower, we said that it's having, of course, the bright colors, and they are smelling good. So the animals will go to those flowers which they are brightly colored and they are smelling good to drink their nectar. So by the animals, so how by animals? When those animals they see the bright colors of the flowers and they smell the good smell of the flower, they will go there to drink its nectar. What happens? That the pollens will be stuck to their body and then they will be going to the egg. Okay, okay. We said that pollination happens by wind. How wind? The wind will blow those pollens to go from the male part and then they will be stuck to the female part where to the egg. So the wind blows the pollens. How by animals? We said by pollination happens by wind and it happens by animals. How by animals? The first thing by bees. Can you see when the bees go to drink the nectar, what happens? The pollens, they are stuck to their body. So they will be going from the male part to the female part. Number 2 by bats. 3 by hummingbirds. Okay, so pollination happens by the 3 ways. By animals like the bees, like the bats, like the hummingbirds, and of course by the wind. Okay, then comes a part which is how does this seed fall in the soil? We have taken the pollination, it's the movement of the pollens from the male to the female part. Okay, why? To form the seed. When the pollen sticks to the egg, they will be forming the seed. How does this seed fall in the soil? How? This is called the seeds dispersal. So what does it mean by seeds dispersal? The seed dispersal, it is the falling of the seed in the soil. How? First of all, by wind. Like what? Like the dandelion. The dandelion seeds, they are carried by the wind and then they will be falling in the soil. The second way is by squirrels. How? That the squirrels eat the acorn and then they do what? They bury it in the soil. So this how the seeds, they are falling in the soil. The third way is by the droppings of the animals. How? When the animals, for example, eat the cherry, what happens? They eat the cherry, they eat the whole fruit, and then the seeds of the cherry, they go down into the soil through their droppings, okay, when they make toilet. The fourth way is by the ripe fruits. Like, for example, the apple, when it has becoming ripe and fully ripe, what happens? They will be falling into the soil. So this is called the seeds dispersal. Okay, seeds dispersal, it's the falling of the seeds in the soil by wind like the dandelion, by squirrels like the acorn, by droppings like the cherry, by ripe fruits like the apples, for example. Okay, now comes the last part, which is the plant life cycle. What does it mean by the plant life cycle? It's how the plant germinate, means it's growing, it grows and reproduces, right? It reproduces means what? Bringing new babies, right? New plants. So, for example, we're going to begin from the seed. What happens? The seed, it will be falling into the soil. This is called seeds dispersal, either by what? Wind, droppings, squirrels or like the animals, or ripe fruits. Then what happens? They will germinate through the 6 steps. What are they? The seed soaks up water. Then what happens? Coat splits away. Then the roots grow downwards. Then the stem grows upwards. Then the leaves. And this is called the seedling. They will make the food through the photosynthesis. This is the germination. Then the 4th steps of the plant cycle, that it will be forming a plant. What happens? Those plants, they will be having a flower. The flower has what? Male part and female part. The male part has the pollens and the female part has the eggs. They will be stuck together and then they will be forming the seeds. How they will be stuck together? This is through the pollination. Pollination, it's the movement of the pollen from the male part to the female part to stick to the egg to form the seed, either by wind or by animals like what? Bees, bats, and hummingbirds. After the pollination happen, what happens? The fruits, they will be holding the seeds. Okay, and then the cycle, it will start again. So this is called the life cycle of the plant, how the plant, it will germinate, how it will grow, and then it will reproduce. Okay, thank you so much. I hope that you understood this lesson well. Okay, study well for your exam. It will be an easy one. Study all of the lessons and have a nice day. I will miss you. Thank you so much.